The truth behind Dr. York, his cult, and the Baphomet. For more correct information, visit find9news.com and nopo1.com.
This is for my Sabian and Nuwapian family. We're setting the record straight, literally, okay? If we go to page 124 of Let's Set the Record Straight, we're gonna find this. It says, question, what was the symbol of Re or Ra? Answer, Re or Ra is a symbol of the ram in ancient Egypt, which was borrowed by these mystic societies from the Egyptians through the Greeks. The symbol of Ra became the goat of Mendes, or Baphomet, which is the French form of Mahomet, symbol of the Knights Templar, who received it from being taught by the Saracens, a Latin word for black, which is another word for the Moors. Okay, so we see here clearly that this symbol, the Baphomet, is a symbol of Ra, or Re, who is the most high in the pantheon of the Natiru, okay? So I don't want to hear any more Nuwapians or Sabians tell me, no, that's the devil, that's a white people symbol, that's not our symbol. I don't want to hear that. Y'all just heard it from Dr. York himself. I don't want to hear that. Y'all just heard it from Dr. York himself. This symbol right here represents the most high of the Natiru, who is Amun-Ra, okay? Re. Another thing that I want to address.
In ancient Egypt, Ra or Re is not symbolized. By a ram in the primary and most ancient traditions, Ra is most commonly represented as a man with a falcon hawk or eagle head, wearing the solar disk encircled by a cobra, sometimes simply the solar disk itself. In Mendes, Jedit, the sacred animal was a ram, not a goat. The god Benebjedet, this is the deity later misunderstood. Eliphaz Levi based his image on multiple sources, including the popular depiction of the devil in the Tarot de Marseille and the ancient Egyptian deity Benebjedet, which he mistakenly identified as a goat-headed god when it was actually ram-headed. Eliphaz Levi's creation of Baphomet 1854-1856 is not an ancient symbol. It is a deliberate fusion of three different horned energy traditions: the pan-Greek goat god, the ram of Mendes, Egyptian Benebjedet, misunderstood as a goat, and hermetic alchemical duality. Levi never connected Ra to Baphomet in dog ritual. Dalot, Meiji 1854-1856, where he introduced the Baphomet image. Dr. York continued this misinterpretation with his followers. He also twisted it by creating more confusion, saying it was a demonic symbol, while in the same notion saying it's related to the Egyptian sun deity Ra. Before I go into York's teachings, I want to mention that Baphomet, or the goat of Mendes, is not the French form of Muhammad, and it is not an actual symbol the Knights Templar received from the Saracens. This idea comes from medieval accusations, linguistic misunderstandings, and later occult inventions, not historical fact. It is said that the Baphomet came into connection with the Knights of Templar when they were tried for homosexuality and devil worship, according to confessions of the members. But they said the symbol was a cat or large head, but it's also stated that the original symbol may have never existed at all for the Knights. This still shows there was no connection from the Saracens teaching them the symbol, nor was there a connection to the sun god Ra. During the trials 1307-1312, King Philip IV of France tortured Templars to extract confessions of kissing a mysterious head, worshipping a cat, worshipping Baphomet, but no goat ever appears. In the original accusations, some medieval Europeans did believe the Templars worshipped Baphomet, while there isn't much evidence, and they assumed this was a corruption of Muhammad because they associated Islam with the Saracens. Dr. York is promoting the same teachings while supporting the demonic aspect of the symbol, while making it seem like he doesn't, creating confusion for his followers. The Nuwapian in the video also read from York's book that the word Saracen meant black in Latin, which is also incorrect. In Latin, the word appears as Saracenis plural Saraceni. Medieval Latin texts use Saraceni to mean Arabs in general. Muslims broadly, sometimes specifically Arab tribes of the Sinai, Syria, and Arabia. But Latin authors did not create the word. They inherited it from Greek. Greek, Sarakagu, Sarakanoi. Latin, Saraceni, Saracenis. Ancient writers gave a few speculative meanings like the people of the desert, sons of Sarah, and Easterners. It did not mean a specific race in the modern sense. Who were considered Saracens by Latin writers? Depending on the century, 1st, 3rd century, nomadic, Arab tribes near the Sinai, and Arabia, 4th, 7th century, Arabs more generally. After the 7th century, all Muslims, including Arabs, Persians, and sometimes even Berbers and Turks. The most common Latin term for the word black is Niger. Niger, feminine, nigra, neuter, nigrum, meaning black, dark, dusky. I'd also like to clarify that when the Nawapians reference the word black, they are only referencing the African woolly-haired race. Based on the evidence, it is clear that the word Saracen was used to represent different racial and religious groups, and did not mean black by definition. Dr. York's spin on words clearly confused this follower. He saw the Egyptian god Ra in the word black, and automatically associated it with African people and positivity, forgetting everything else. York wrote, "This is ridiculous because he's not even African at all." York mentions that the Baphomet is the symbol of Satan or the devil. He even points out that the crescent moon of Islam and the 5-pointed star is on its forehead and the torch on its head represents Lucifer's light. He's also trying to insinuate that Islam is demonic. Meanwhile, he practiced Islam and made his followers practice as well. Here's a section from one of his books for confirmation. York even drew pictures of Ra being associated with the Baphomet and even drew one depiction as an African man. Nawapians were questioned about this in the past. Here York says in his own book that the upside-down pentagram is the sign of Satan, Baphomet, or goat of Mendes or Asmodeus. He said the sign of the pentagram is a sign of the evil one and a symbol of witchcraft, none of which the sun god Ra represented. If we read the introduction to the Nature of Nature book by Afru Unu, it states, the sun god, later called Amun-Ra, in its human form was Dedun, according to ancient history research. Dedun, the Nubian god, and Amun were synonymous. York even has a drawing that is very similar to another drawing of the Baphomet because York supported it, he himself practiced what the Baphomet represents, and is in jail for demonic crimes